4 untested weapons deployed to Europe in Ukraine crisis. The Biden administration stated last week that 1,700 soldiers from the 82nd Airborne Division from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, would be sent to Poland, and a squadron from the 2nd Cavalry Regiment from Germany would be deployed to Romania. The forces, together with the 4th Infantry Division, mechanized, in Fort Carson, Colorado, are armed with cutting-edge equipment. Here are 4 unproven weapons that may hold the line if Russia invades Ukraine, or if US soldiers assist Kiev. 1. Anti-tank missile FGM-148. So much attention has been paid to US exports of Javelin medium-range anti-tank guided missiles, and with good reason. The 30-year-old missile was designed specifically to deal with Soviet and Russian armored formations, which are massing on Ukraine's borders. This missile's 2,187-yard range, infrared targeting, and automatic launch system surpassed its unfortunate predecessor, the Dragon missile, in the 1990s. After 9/11, Javelin was employed to demolish bunkers, buildings, and other defensive structures in Afghanistan and Iraq, but seldom to destroy tanks. Javelin will be a vital weapons system for forces sent to Europe. The 2nd Cavalry Stryker infantry carrier vehicles include remote-controlled Javelin launchers, and the squadron deploying to Romania may have up to 25. An airborne infantry battalion with combat support personnel attached is anticipated to make up the 82nd Airborne Division's reinforcements for NATO partner Poland. It is usually armed with 18 Javelin missiles and 8 TOW anti-tank missiles. 2. Dragoon Stryker Infantry Carrier, ICVD. The U.S. Army decided in the mid-2010s to beef up the 2nd Cavalry Regiment's weaponry. To boost the regiment's anti-armor capacity, half of the Stryker vehicles were fitted with Javelin missiles. Also, a turret mounted atop an unmanned vehicle with a 30mm autocannon was added, resulting in the Stryker Dragoon. The 2nd Cavalry's Stryker vehicles are half Stryker Dragoons. An enemy light armored vehicle, such as the Russian BMP-2 and BMP-3 infantry combat vehicles, may be engaged by Stryker Dragoon's XM813 30mm gun. Strykers armed with javelins would confront enemy tanks, while Stryker Dragoons would engage scouts and infantry carriers. For armored vehicles, the XM813 autocannon fires the Mk. 258 armor-piercing fin-stabilized discarding sabot tracer, APFSDST, and the Mk. 238 high-explosive incendiary tracer, HAT. Despite arming the AC-130W gunship and Zumwalt-class destroyer, Stryker Dragoon has never been in Battle Point 3. Infantry Squad Cars, ISV. The infantry squad vehicle is one of the Army's newest purchases, ISV. In short, the ISV is a simple vehicle intended to swiftly deploy light infantry units, especially airborne infantry. But bringing it along would let the foot-mobile 82nd Airborne swiftly deploy throughout Poland. If Russian tanks invade Poland's eastern neighbor and simply keep marching, Poland wants American troops on the ground. On the ISV is a mid-sized Chevy Colorado ZR2 off-road kit. The ISV can carry 9 soldiers and be airdropped with airborne forces. The vehicle's lack of protection allows it to transport troops to their destinations quicker. It's not without debate. In a recent assessment, the Pentagon's Director of Operational Test and Evaluation, DOT&E, criticized the ISV for not being operationally successful. For example, steering capabilities, cracked and bent seat frames, and engine cracks and overheating were cited by the DOT&E. In any case, although the ISV has its quirks, the 82nd will struggle to move about Poland without it. Point 4. JSF-35 Air Force F-35A Joint Strike Fighters are virtually expected to be part of any future air power deployment. The F-35A is an air-to-air and air-to-ground fighter. The F-35 Lightning II is designed from the ground up to be a stealthy, low-observable fighter, in contrast to the F-16 Fighting Falcon. The 495th Fighter Squadron, Valkyries, is stationed at RAF Lakenheath in the United Kingdom. Afghanistan and Syria and Iraq were both targets for the F-35, although both times it was unchallenged. To yet, the F-35 has not been tested against a country with comparable air defenses and fighter fighters to those of Russia. The Russian Aerospace Forces MiG-29, Su-30, and Su-35 Flanker E aircraft are lethal threats in the air.